Alright, today we're going to answer some questions from the comment section. Everything on the website is something I use. I do not put stuff on my website that I do not believe in or I do not use. For the rest of the month, you spend $29.99 and I'll give you a $10 credit towards shipping. You just have to put in YouTube 10, one word, YouTube 10 in the checkout at the coupon code, okay? So if you go to the cart and put $79.99 in, you put the code in YouTube 10, you'll get $10 off plus free shipping on top of it. And that offer is good through the end of the month, the end of March. So let's get to the video. All right, so the first question I'm getting is, do I need to keep Discus in RO water? The answer is absolutely not. These guys are in RO water because they're future breeders, right? So I'm trying to get them to pair up. But all my grow outs, basically in this room right now, I have 3 tanks with RO in them. It's the Wild Angels, the Ultim Angels, which I'm trying to breed, so I'm bringing down their pH right now, and I'm doing it naturally. There's no chemical, basically with just peat and catappa leaves. And then this one here is RO, but it's an RO mix, so it's an RO probably 90-10, 90 RO, 10 tap. And then my breeding tanks are RO, straight RO. Now sometimes I'll add a little bit of tap just to bring that pH up a little bit, but also what I will do is put crushed coral in there, and there's a video on that. So the first question, no, you do not have to keep Discus. Even my wilds, after a while I acclimate them to my tap water, and my tap water is pretty hard at 300 ppm and about 8.2 at the highest pH. So they're fine at that level, they're okay, but you just can't go from a 6 to an 8. Alright, the next question I'm getting, and I'm getting this a ton, I've probably gotten this 10 times in the last week or two, is do I ship fish? I used to ship a lot of fish in the 90s. I was not excited about shipping fish because the technology wasn't there as far as tracking and computers, you know, everything was pre-computer. So basically it was done with a lot of phone calls, and it just wasn't a good situation. And I don't think our packing was as advanced as it is now. I got some shipments in the other day, it was pretty incredible. So yes, I will be shipping eventually. I am not shipping at this point right now. Alright, so the big one is because I've just launched this new medication and people are asking me, how often do I need to medicate my fish? So the answer is once, basically. I have everything in my room comes in. When it comes in, it gets treated. There's just no doubt it has to be done. My Ultims got it, all my Discus got it, my rainbow fish got it when they come in, all my plecos, my L numbers, everything got treated. And here's what I'm finding is I used to have to treat every 3 or 4 months because stuff just kept coming back, and that's why the dosages of these other products aren't working, because you're getting a lot of salt. You're getting, you know, a minimal dosage. I know there's one product out there compared to mine. It's the same product as far as quality, as far as I know. Now I haven't done any tests on it, but everything I've checked into, it's the same product as far as the quality. The problem is it's about third the dose of what the Discus need. But not just the Discus, all the fish. And I think what happens is they get so worried about snails and shrimp, but even my dosages are approved for shrimp. My Ultims took it a little hard. You know, they were a little sideways when they were swimming, and they were a little stressed, but it was nothing like I was like, oh, they're gonna die. I just let them ride the treatment out. They handled it, they recovered. And that's one thing I'm gonna say about the medications, especially with the levamisole. If you treat and you notice that they stop eating for a day or two, in my opinion, that tells me that some parasites have been eradicated. Now, with the levamisole, it is so crucial that you retreat in 3 weeks. I can't tell you, because the life cycle of a parasite is about 21 days, right? A little under. But we want to get those hatching eggs. So you have to treat twice with the levamisole. Alright? I will actually give you my number, and you can text me if you have any problems. Now that's on the medications only. If you have the foods, you can just leave a thing on the website and tell me they're terrible or you love them or whatever, and that's fine. But let's say you get a medication from me and you're having an issue, or you're having a problem, and you're having something's not right, or you just have a question about, hey, what am I doing here? Because I seem to forget when I started how frustrating that was, right? Now I've kind of smoothed things out, and I've learned, and I've made all the mistakes, and I've kind of said, well, that didn't work, let's not do that again. So I've kind of been through that route already, so I can help you as far as helping you through the process. It's hard for me to make a diagnosis with a picture, so don't expect that unless there's like fin rot or fungal or something like that. But internal, I can't tell you. You just have to do the trio that I give, and that is basically the levamisole, and then the Prozi with the erythromycin follow-up. Now that's crucial, and that's coming out in a couple weeks. And then the final one is the metronidazole. And the problem with putting the metronidazole and the praziquantel together is the praziquantel stays active for about 7 to 10 days. So the metronidazole stays active for about 8 hours. Okay? So you're putting these two medications together, and most time they're sold as a package, in one dosage, right? And that's the problem, is your doses are decreasing, but so basically what you're doing is the Prozi is working, the metronidazole works, and then you're leaving it in the tank and you're not getting any benefit. So the metronidazole is separate, right? And it's important. And I kind of use the metronidazole for when a fish gets mopey, because if they've been dewormed and they've been, all the flukes are gone, and it treats like 30, those two treat like 30 parasites, right? The metronidazole is very specific. It treats spironucleosis and hexamina, which I think is a vitamin deficiency, but that's a personal thing. But what happens is they find that spironucleosis in the pits for the hole in the head. So that's kind of the problem with the metronidazole. So do I treat with the metronidazole at the onset? I don't. But it's always in my room, or it's always in my fridge. And that's one thing I'm going to say about the medications. Keep them in the fridge, right, when you're not using them. Don't let them sit in a warm fish room, because they do degrade, and sometimes even light degrades them and stuff like that. So be careful with your medications. Keep them in the fridge. They're going to last forever past the expiration date. There's no problems with that. But the metronidazole, and that'll be coming out third, and the reason I did that is that's probably the least effective on the least amount of issues, right? But I have a fish right now that everything's been treated, and he just was not doing well. And what happened was, he was a wild fish inside this tank, and he was the bottom of the pecking order. And for a while he was fine. He was getting the vitamins and all that, and that's important, the vitamins and the prebiotics and the probiotics. And that's one thing with the Metro, is you have to treat with prebiotics and probiotics after the treatment, because basically their gut flora is gone. So you want to make sure with the metronidazole that it's not necessary to pre-treat. It's more of a treatment for a mopey fish, or a fish that's getting picked on. And it does have some antibiotic in it, but that's not its main purpose. It's more of a very targeted parasite. And usually that parasite comes up with stress. Feeding healthy foods, which I have, by adding vitamins, which I have, by doing prebiotics and probiotics, which is so important, that I have those too. By doing that, basically what you're doing is you're boosting that immune system in the fish, just like a human. We get those immune systems up, we're strong, and it's hard for us to catch a cold. And we might catch a cold, but it's very minimal. It's kind of the same thing. Now, can I say that they eradicate 100%? That would be irresponsible and unethical for me to say that. Do I believe that sometimes it happens? Yes, but it doesn't happen 100% throughout your room. So, you know, you have one fish, you move from one tank to another. Basically what you've done is you've contaminated that fish without the parasite, with the fish with the parasite. And basically what's happening is that if that immune system's strong, that fish resists those parasites, or at least keeps those parasites in check. And the reason why parasites basically take over a fish is because basically bad water quality, and you know, a sick fish or something's gone wrong, or you know, power outage and stuff like that. So those are the reasons. A parasite does not want to kill its host. That's the last thing it wants to do, right? It wants to reproduce and keep it going. So if a parasite is designed to kill a host, that parasite is not going to last, because it's going to end up killing all its hosts and it will not survive. So reproduction is very important. And most of the medications do not treat the parasite eggs. That's why we retreat in 21 days. But I just want to thank you guys for buying the products. I really appreciate it, because by doing that, I'm going to be able to do this full time. I'm going to be able to ship fish. I'm going to be able to make videos. I'm going to be able to share the knowledge that I've learned. And it's not 100%. And it's not the only way to do it. That's not what this is, right? It's just an opinion where you can take that and say, I can work with this. This doesn't make sense. I don't want to do this. Or you know, you come up with your own plan. But I'm here to help, and I want to do this full time. So I'm opening up my doors to everybody to ask questions. And I know there's going to be people that just, you know, are going to ask stuff, and I'm not going to give them the right answer. And just know that if that happens, I tried my best. I am just a person trying to do what I can to help. And the money is great, but that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to help, right? Because I was that hobbyist 30 years ago that was trying to get answers and couldn't. Now luckily I had some pretty incredible people that I could go to, and they were very knowledgeable and they helped me a ton. But with no internet back then and nothing like that, you know, basically I had to just work with what I had and fail a ton. That's the thing. Failure was huge, but in order to succeed, sometimes we have to fail. That's just the way it is. I am not perfect. You know, I've been doing this for 35 years, and I've learned a lot because of failure. I failed a ton to learn, okay? All right, guys, thanks a lot. I can't wait to keep going. I'm so excited, and I just want to try to help the best I can. I want to, you know, keep inventing products. I want to come up with my own strains. So this is the dream I've had my entire life. And basically I went and started other businesses, and now those businesses are allowing me to do this. All right? So I really appreciate you guys. Take care. Bye.